Well, it is official. Matt Kemp is now a San Diego Padre. Welcoming your ESPN.com headline. I'm Dario Melendez. That trade that was supposed to go down between the Dodgers and the Padres, which seemed like almost forever ago, is official now. And with more on this, we're going to welcome in Mark Saxon of ESPNLosAngeles.com. And Mark, again, this seemed like it took forever to get done. So why now? Why did it take so long for this trade between the Dodgers and the Padres for Matt Kemp to become official?
Hey, Dario, it's funny, in the off-season, they're so accelerated these days that, 1 week does seem like forever. You're right. Typically, you would have expected something like this to wrap up on Monday or Tuesday. In a nutshell, Matt Kemp has some physical issues. He's had several surgeries, shoulder, ankle, and then according to this USA Today report, an issue cropped up with two arthritic hips in the physical that he had on Tuesday. And so the Padres, I guess you could say, wanted to do their due diligence, and they came back to the Dodgers, and I think they tried to leverage a little bit more money out of the Dodgers, who are sending $32 million of Kemp's remaining $107 million on his contract to San Diego. I think they tried to leverage a little more money out of it, and that effort didn't work.
Well, obviously a lot of players in this trade. Yasmani Grandal going from the Padres to the Dodgers, a couple prospects going to the Dodgers as well. Eventually, the Dodgers hoping to get Jimmy Rollins. So with this entire trade that involved Matt Kemp, who's the big winner here, the Padres or the Dodgers?
Well, you're talking about two of the most aggressive front offices for sure in baseball. They had very different, needs. The Padres, were trying to make up ground. This was a team that finished a distant third, in the division, had some ground to make up. Obviously did not have much of an offense last year. In fact, had the worst offense in baseball. And they've made some fantastic moves to try and bridge, that gap. The Dodgers were in a different situation. I think they were trying to move some contracts, frankly, so that they have flexibility for the next several years and maybe reshape the roster a little bit with defense a little bit more at the front, as well as clubhouse chemistry issues. So both front offices have been very active, but I tend to think that the winners of the off season are not necessarily the winners in the regular season. Let's see how these teams play out when everything gets going. But certainly you've seen two front offices that are able to solve the problems that they diagnosed.
Now, do you think we're done seeing these two front offices making their moves, or have they settled down, or should we expect more to come?
Well, I will say that I don't expect them to make any moves with each other anytime soon. I'm told there's a fair amount of sore feelings from the Dodgers side at the way San Diego sort of tried to leverage the leak of some of this medical information into maybe getting some more money in the deal. But San Diego certainly isn't done with all the extra outfielders they have, which is really the problem that the Dodgers just tried to fix. And I think that the Dodgers are closer to being done. I think they feel like they're close to having their 25-man roster. But if an opportunity arises, we've seen that these guys will not hesitate.
That's ESPNLosAngeles.com, Mark Saxon with the latest on this Matt Kemp trade finally going through. And remember, for your latest headlines, keep right here on ESPN.com. I'm Dario Melendez.